The market is not a casino. Okay. If you want to go gamble your money, if you want to just go ahead and burn it all away, go to the casino, go put on the slots machine, go play poker, cards, whatever people who gamble do. Okay. Stock market is not that. There's logistical information you can go ahead and put together, support and resistance. You can study the chart, study analytics. And I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about why the market is nothing like a casino. And if you want to come on here with that gambling mindset, you're just going to give money to patient traders, people who are informed, people who are humble. So let's go and let's jump into why the market is not a casino. So to understand the differences, let's define each activity at its core. Let's define what gambling is. Okay, and gambling is wrong. God says don't do it. It's against God's rules. Do not gamble. It's not worth it. You guys are putting your money into the void, and you're not even giving your chance a surefire way to make some money. Okay, so all the sports betting, stop it. All the gambling at the casinos, stop it. Okay, so gambling is the act of wagering money on an event with an uncertain outcome, primarily based on chance percentages. Okay, the odds are typically static and often stacked against the player in favor of the house. Outcomes are fixed, win or lose, and the activity creates no new value. So don't forget that a lot of the times gambles are in favor of the house, which means that the people who own the casino are trying to make some money too. Okay, so a lot of the times the machines are going to be stacked that they win and not you. In trading, this involves the selling of financial assets such as stocks, bonds, or commodities, with the goal of generating profit from price fluctuations. And trading is a profession that requires analysis, skill, and an understanding of the underlying economic factors that drive market movements. You got to know how the brokerage works. You got to know how to read all the numbers. You got to know how to read options numbers. Okay, if you want to trade options, you got to know how all the numbers correlate with your P&L. Okay, you got to know the tax percentages. Okay, a lot of things you got to know in order to trade, information you can put together. But behind that info, okay, is an opportunity in order to create lifetime wealth for you and your family. So for anyone who decides to get that information, study it, you have an opportunity to provide for your family forever, inshallah. So gambling, and most forms of gambling, information is limited and outcomes are random. So for example, if you spin a roulette wheel, okay, or the roll of a dice, okay, it's purely a game of chance. And when God says do not play games of chance, they are haram, which means it's bad. Okay, and while some games like poker involve skill, the underlying principles of a casino are based on static odds that cannot be influenced by research. Okay, and the financial markets are information-rich environments where traders use technical analysis, which is the studying and reading of the charts. Okay, whether you're reading support and resistance, okay, reading financial earnings, economics, okay, etc. Patterns, knowing what breakouts are, knowing what break and retest is, okay, etc. And fundamental analysis, where you evaluate a company's financial health, a company's future growth, okay, and to see what type of industry, depending on the current generation. So as of 2025, what's really popular is going to be, AI, or crypto, for example. Okay, so crypto and AI stocks as of 2025 are going in an upwards date. Okay, as of 10 years ago, Apple was going to be the big thing with the best phone, Face ID, and a lot of new technology coming out. So as the decades go on, there's always going to be new stocks that are going to be coming out within the stock market that you can go ahead and invest into if you'd like to, in order to make some money by investing in the future. Okay, and you can use this information to form an edge. And this research and data-driven approach is what separates trading from a blind belt. So let's talk about gambling. Gambling is often all or nothing, okay? And the potential for loss is going to be high. And there are few mechanisms for mitigating that risk. You either win or you lose the bet, okay? And the outcome is binary, and you have no control once the bet is placed. In trading, professional traders use a variety of tools to manage and limit their risk, okay? You're gonna have tools like stop loss, okay? You're gonna have risk management rules where you determine how much a percentage of your account that you play. try and stick between 1% to 10% of your account per trade. Okay. Okay. Techniques like stop loss, where if price decides to come down into a certain area, then it'll go ahead and eggs you out the trade automatically. Okay, where you're mitigating your risk instead of just putting your money into a roulette where you have no control over anything. Okay, so the fact that you have control over how much you're putting in, when you're going to get in, okay, so you have control when you're going to enter, you have control when you're going to exit, you have control how much money you put in, you have control what you're going to trade. That's a lot of control, okay, compared to gambling. And you can go and protect your capital like this. And you can also buy at certain areas too. Position sizing and diversification are other key strategies that allow the traders to survive a series of losses and stay in the game long term. There's also going to be a series of laws too that do prevent, I believe there's a short share restriction. You could do your research on that, which prevents stocks from just crashing down to zero. Okay, the economy runs off the stock market. It's extremely important. So gambling often thrives on emotion. Okay, so it's trying to capitalize on drunk people. This is also why God says, do not drink alcohol. Okay, if you're drinking alcohol, please try your hardest to just stop. Inshallah. God says, don't drink alcohol and don't gamble, especially don't do them both at the same time. That's a good way to go ahead and delete your money out of your bank account. Okay, and gambling often thrives on emotion and the thrill of the unpredictable outcome. And the chase of losses, where a gambler continues to bet to make up from previous losses, is a well-documented psychological trap. So say somebody is on the slot machine, okay, and they decide to come back to the machine over and over again, okay? They just can't stop. They lose, they lose, they lose. So then they win, okay? Then their brain is going to go ahead and get a dopamine spike upward, okay? They're going to feel happy. They're going to be like, wow, I love this. And they're going to keep going back to the machine over and over again. But that's the psychological trap, okay? But successful trading demands a high degree of emotional discipline. You can make 7 million trading, but destroy it all in a couple of weeks, months, or days if you decide to over leverage. Okay, and over leveraging is going to be playing with more than 1 to 10% of your account. And decisions are based on predefined plan, not on hope, fear, or greed. And traders must learn to accept losses as a part of the business. As when you become a trader, you're a business person. Okay, and stick to your strategy even when you're faced with the losing streak. Okay, if you're a brick and retest trader, you need to be trading that. Okay, if you're a reversal trader, trade that. Whatever you decide to trade is what you need to be sticking to. So another key distinction is gambling. Most casino games are zero sum or a negative sum game due to house edge. Okay, so once again, the owner of whoever the casino is trying to make money off of you. Okay, so the owner is going to be trying to profit all the time. Owner is not here trying to get you free money. Okay, that's one thing I'm going to go ahead and tell you now. So always understand that the owner is trying to make money. Okay, they're not trying to get you free money. They want you to lose, because when they lose, they profit and they get to smile because they make more money. Okay, so it's kind of like prop firms almost. They make money when you lose. Okay, so they're betting on you losing. So if you're a company that bets on you losing, let me do everything in my possibility to make sure that the customers lose. Okay, this is why this type of business is just disgusting. It's wrong, and you shouldn't be participating in it. Okay, it's just people who want to take your money. They're money hungry, and they don't even care about the fact if you win or lose. Okay, this is not the type of business you want to be involved in, not the type of things you want to participating in. And just please do not compare trading to gambling. Okay, I don't care if you're the worst trader ever. If you just lost 50 million, understand that it's not your fault. Okay, that it is your fault, but it's not your fault that you started gambling. Okay, I understand that the world has it just put out there. Okay, but you can go ahead and stop. Okay, you can stop. Okay, if you didn't know that it wasn't something that you should be doing, well, stop. Don't go gamble. Okay, you're good. Okay, well, now that you know, now it's your fault if you continue to go do it. Okay, now put your money into the market where you can actually control where you're gonna grow your money at and how you're gonna grow it, and how fast you want to grow it, how much capital you want to put in. Okay, go play something where you can invest into the future and make money based off of positive, good decisions and research. And while fundamentally different, trading can develop into gambling if approached with the wrong mindset. So once again, if gambling is something that was in your family and something like that, I'm just here to tell you guys that God says don't do it. Okay, so if you didn't know that, well, now you do. Okay, don't gamble. Stop doing it right now. Just quit. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Actually, I'm not gonna tell you that. But yeah, emotional or impulsive trades can turn into gambling pretty much if you just start putting on size or trades without analysis. Okay, so if you're crashing out, just clicking buy, clicking sell, okay, especially my future traders without thinking, okay, you can easily go ahead and deplete all your money very, very quickly. So you can lack a defined trading plan or risk management strategy. And you could trade on hot tips or rumors without doing your own research. Don't trade based off of Instagram. Don't trade based off of what you're seeing on X. Okay, do your own research. Okay, make sure it's something that you want to get into. Make sure you guys are looking at the charts as well too. Okay, do your research on the internet or wherever. Okay, and then go ahead and look at the charts. Make sure your chart correlates with your research, and then make your decision based off of that. Okay, don't forget you're still able to lose money whenever you are trading. Okay, don't think everything is peaches and creams. It's very, very lucrative. Okay, yes, you can make money sitting down pressing buttons, but you can also lose money. So do your research, come informed, come prepared before you start putting on any type of size. And don't fail to accept losses. Okay, take it like a man or a woman. Okay, God did not put us here to be perfect. Only God is perfect. Okay, so accept your loss, take it as a lesson. Okay, turn your L into a lesson. Okay, and when you do that, you're going to be able to push forward. You're going to be able to learn. You're not going to let it destroy you, and you're going to be able to just push forward and show up. Okay, so in these scenarios, don't abandon skill and discipline, and don't start relying on luck. Okay, because relying on luck is the definition of gambling. Okay, have a strict entry, have a strict exit. Okay, which means you're take profit, and then make sure you guys also know where your stop loss is going to be, and stick between 1 to 10% of your account. Okay, don't trade with any more of that. Okay, most of the time, if you trade with more of that, it's not going to lead to positive things. Okay, so the bottom line, trading and gambling are not the same. They're not at all. While both involve risk and the potential for financial gain, the key differences lies in the application of skill. Okay, skill is going to be the big thing. Okay, when you just sit down and click on the slot machine, it's anything on the block. Okay, but when you're actually looking at the charts, closing at areas of resistance, if you bought at an area of support, okay, catching the whole sweep, okay, knowing how the chart works, knowing how the chart logistics pinpoint with each other, okay, it's a whole different ball game. Okay, knowing to catch the breakout, knowing to buy when volume is being active, knowing to buy at the retest point to catch the pullback back up. Okay, a lot of different scenarios, knowing that resistance can turn into support, knowing that support can turn into resistance. Okay, a lot of different scenarios. Okay, so study the charts, get informed, and if you want to learn more, StackMODE.net. And discipline. The market is not a casino, but it can be treated like one if you abandon the principles of sound analysis and risk management. Okay, I love you guys so much. StackMODE.net for all trading education. Stay prayed to God. I'll catch you in the next one. Keep grinding. Peace.